Hey, NC.
Hey, NC.
How you doing?
I'm great.
All right. How's the new year working out for you?
It's like a slow start.
Definitely. How you doing with your goals?
Not well.
I don't know. We joined a gym.
Yes, but that was not one of my goals.
Oh, okay.
That was one of your
That was one of
goals.
my goals. Join a gym. And I actually barked my shin while at the gym. In a very Dr. Seuss rhyming kind of thing. I'm kind of amazed that I was able to do it.
I don't know. I kind of expect something to happen. The Venable Feet, right?
To say, yeah. Well, when you go to the Venable School of Ballet,
Yes.
I was
There's
just
a
walking.
lot of bumping. I feel like it's your way to connect with objects in the world.
Did I ever tell you how I broke my toe? I was talking to a roommate, and
A legit roommate, or is this a past female?
Past
roommate?
female.
Okay.
All right.
You don't have to say that, honey.
Roommate, and people, I'm doing the limbo
It's
quotes.
okay if it's a
Roommate.
past. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
looking over.
confident in my relationship with you.
I'm walking
good.
forward to the bedroom. I'm looking over my shoulder into the living room, and I'm making some extremely pithy comment. And
Pithy.
yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
Okay.
And I walked past this corner, and somehow managed to get my foot so that the pinky toe went one way, and the rest of my foot went the other way.
Okay. Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
How many times have you broken your pinky toe?
I don't know if that's the first time, but I certainly remember that one really well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I seem to remember you broke it at Hoover
I did.
as well. Yes.
Yes.
Maybe twice.
And let's not forget the spectacular bruise I had from my hip down to my knee from sliding down the stairs on cowboy boots.
Yes.
By the time, another couple more years, I'm going to be like a physical comedy master.
I kind of think you are.
Painful physical comedy.
Yes. And Dash kind of gets some of those
Poor
happenings.
Poor boy. You hear that
from
thud and the cry. Yeah.
You get it honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can blame me. So what do you want to talk about?
Gosh, so much happening in the world.
Yes.
I kind of feel like I try to stay away from talking about so much about the president and such, but man, that tweet.
Oh, my button is bigger than yours.
Yes, it is more than comical. It's funny, it's terrifying, and it's just like, what is the emoticon for you're laughing but also terrified? What is that? Like, that needs to be created, like, especially for like those who have gone through Trump as president.
Laughing and crying at the same time.
No,
Could you do
no,
that?
no. I mean, I'm not crying. I'm terrified.
Right.
So it's not, I'm sad. I am, like, fearful.
Can you cry in terror? Maybe that would work. What was the
I
Oscar?
don't really cry when I'm terrified. Because you're trying to get your adrenaline up to see, like, okay, do I need to get ready for the zombie apocalypse kind of thing? What do I need to do? Shit is on kind of thing.
Do you actually find yourself at this point nostalgic for the idea of a zombie apocalypse? Because I do. I'm like, let's get back to thinking about the apocalypse as being populated by zombies as opposed to an actual apocalypse, which seems that we could potentially be closer to than we have been in a while.
Yeah.
The days of yore, the zombie apocalypse. What was the Oscar Wilde quote about it takes a strong man not to laugh or throw up or something like that. I think there was.
Throw up.
I think I think that we're in that situation.
What about you? What do you want to talk about?
Man, well, I tell you, I'm actually a little bummed. So the last time we talked, we did the podcast. I was kind of psyched about this House of Delegates race in Virginia.
Oh, right, yes.
Right, and
Right,
so
we
it
were
was
talking about, we thought
yes,
the Democrat had won.
right, and like I think maybe it was like 2 hours after we had finished recording.
Right, yeah.
It's
Like we'd already
suddenly
put it out, yeah.
this board of elections judge allowed this ballot that had previously been disallowed because you couldn't, I guess, tell the intent of the voter. That's the thing. It had been marked on a number of ways so that you couldn't immediately say they voted for the Republican or they voted for the Democrat. So it got thrown out. Well, apparently some Republican member of this board had second thoughts and somehow managed to get cajole himself or whatever into saying, no, we should allow this. So they allowed it, and it was a tie, right? So then it gets even better, right? Now there was a court case, or the Democrat candidate, and I'm really sorry, I can't remember their names, but filed an appeal, and that was denied.
Yeah.
So in Virginia, they do a drawing.
It was a draw.
Yeah. Is a film canister? Was that what it was? It was like a film canister. It was like a tradition, and they draw to see who's going to be your elected representative.
Yep.
And it was the Republican.
Right, and that was announced what today? Was
Yep.
it yesterday? Today or yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, that was
wow.
a bummer. Yeah, when I found out it was a draw, it was like, really? Is that how we determine elected officials? Are you kidding
it's
me?
a tradition, I guess they do. I'm still just amazed at this is all the stuff about how the Democrats and the deep state and all this stuff, and yet the Republicans apparently, it seems to me, it's just one hell of a coincidence that the Board of Election, the judge, person who, I can't remember exactly what the position is, he just coincidentally happens to be a Republican. Coincidentally talks to a Republican lawyer of the RNC, the state party maybe. Coincidentally decides maybe I was too harsh on this ballot. Coincidentally decides to let it in, and then I think the Republican, the board, the judges that were involved in the legal appeal process, they were Republicans, and then the drawing, the Republican wins. It just seems a little too. If this was reversed, there would be a bunch of people from the Virginia GOP screaming about that word collusion.
Yeah.
And it's just annoying as hell. So this podcast was a podcast we did right before the new year, wasn't it? We interviewed Laura King of Bat Bangs.
Yes.
And Cold Cream, we should say.
Yes.
And Speed Stick.
Speed Stick and oh shit. What's the one? Fuck. Masseuse. That's my word when I can't figure out what I'm trying to say. No. Oh God. The band that she was in.
Flesh Winds.
Flesh Winds. Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
That one.
Yep.
And of course, Grand National.
Yeah, Grand National Gertie.
For me, Grand National with Ed
Crawford,
who was in Firehose. Yes, thank you. Yes.
With Jim Snyder, who is now Jimmy
yeah.
Rensaw.
Yeah.
So
I'm totally losing all my memory.
We should mention
from the snow.
Yeah, we're
ice.
recording this at night, and we just put our kids to bed.
Yes.
And we're tired.
They sucked out all of our energy as usual. Gosh, she was also in The Moaners. Yes, thank you
Uh-huh.
for mouthing that. Mouthing the Moaners.
I was-
Yes.
And
Lit-
Gertie, so I can say Gertie now.
Yes,
That's
and
when
Gertie.
she moved down.
Yeah, that was her. Yeah, but she's just amazing. Yeah, she's been in all these bands. I mean, for me, can I say it? She's a fucking girl drummer.
Yeah.
You do not see so many girl drummers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think. I only know a handful, really. And I don't know. It's just awesome. I think, who was it? Sarah Romweber?
Yeah.
Who was like, women are made to be drummers. We have so much power and rhythm and inherently are better drummers.
I remember that.
Do you remember
conversation.
we had that conversation? Yeah,
Yeah,
I was pregnant and she was like, I hope you have a girl because she would, because I was,
That's right.
Yeah, and I was
That's
like,
right.
anyways, yes, that's going down a whole nother, we need to have her on the podcast. That would be a lot of fun. But yeah, Laura is super awesome. She has great little fashion sense. I love her.
Yeah, we talk about fashion.
Yeah, I love her shoes. And
The shoes.
I love her shoes and her jackets. I just like her style. You know, she's got her own style.
Mm-hmm.
She's just cool.
Oh,
She's fun. She's nice.
this reminds me too.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about something else in the podcast. Linda Pittman, who has drummed for a lot of people, including I think she's married to Steve Wynn. She helps out with. I think she drums for the Dream Syndicate sometimes and some other bands.
Oh, cool.
She has that. I can't remember what the name of it is now, but it's something totally rude. But it's with Sid Straw and Cot O'Riordan from the Pogues. She plays drums in that. So
Oh,
it's-
Sid Straw. I know you love your Sid Straw.
but she took a picture and put it on Facebook of some red, white, and blue
Oh, yeah.
legs.
Oh, yeah.
Just recently.
Yeah.
Like in the past week. Which,
Yeah.
well, how did so I know Laura from, gosh, I guess maybe it was Gertie. Maybe I met her via Dave Kozlowski. But she and I I'd go to Millennium in Durham, and she worked there. And I was 29 or something like that many years ago. And she was working there. We would always just chat about stuff because Millennium was a pretty laid back place. And so that's how I really got to know her. How did you meet her?
I Googled her from the audience when she would play in Grand National.
Okay.
And just was in awe of her and the Moaners.
Yep.
And I just loved to watch her drum. I loved her kit.
Yep.
The red, white, blue, Lugwood. Am I saying that right?
Like Beethoven.
Yeah. She was one of those people to me that was like, oh God, she's so cool. I can't speak. If I saw her in person, it was just like, hi, it was just like, oh my God, I can't even like formulate
Yeah.
words because
She's naturally cool. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I just thought she was just so cool, and I just loved to watch her play, and I don't know, Grand National to me was just such a fun band. They didn't last very long, but
Yeah, I saw
it
them
was
a couple
always
times.
cool to see him play. Ed was cool. I love Jenny. I've seen Jenny, and Jenny's so nice, and I've seen her in a bunch of other bands around town, and I'm sorry she's not here anymore. I'd love to see her.
I
But,
saw her in Athens with Adam, her husband, when Richard Lloyd played with Wayne Kramer,
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
and Adam was the drummer because it was, what was the band that Adam was in?
Oh,
Bottle Rockets? No, not the Bottle
5
Rockets.
something 5. No.
45?
45s.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. See, together we make a good team.
Yeah, and she was doing great. The thing I distinctly remember is seeing Grand National at the Cradle,
Yeah.
and I was standing near,
Oh my God, Phil, we were
Probably,
probably
yeah.
at the same show.
what is that?
Who would have
near the
Thunk that.
entrance back to the green room, and Laura looking over at Jenny at something and just laughing and smiling, and then Ed kicking off something and just being like, these guys are great, and they look like they're having like,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I saw Ed in Firehose, and
Yeah, I never got to see Firehose.
I saw it near the end of the Firehose
Uh-huh. Yeah.
run, I think, and I don't know how happy everybody was
Yeah.
at that point, but it was a much healthier vibe. I felt,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I used to hang out with Ed a lot, just at bars, you know,
okay.
when I was younger. Just, I would find myself at the bar ordering a drink, and he was there sitting, and we'd just always end up chatting, and he was just always warm, you know, and not a weird way, you know,
Yeah.
just kind of like a old friend kind of vibe.
He's
You know?
yeah, I mean, and he one of those Firehose records is there's a tribute to Elizabeth Cotten.
Oh, wow.
It's called Elizabeth Cotten. There's a song called
Nice.
Elizabeth Cotten, which I
Nice.
can't remember if he was living around here at that
Yeah.
point.
Oh.
Because
well,
he's Ed from Ohio,
Right.
So you know,
well,
but
I think he lives in Pittsburgh
yeah,
now.
yeah, he lives near Pittsburgh.
And his family lives there.
Mm,
He did have family live here.
so maybe that's where
I
he got the
think.
whole Elizabeth Cotten thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah.
So we're big fans of Laura,
Yes.
and I guess maybe coming up in the next month or so, we're gonna probably have a member of another one of our bands, Cold Cream, on, and maybe some Cold Cream music.
we hope so.
And we're going to have,
Sure.
for people that listen to this podcast, the day this comes out is the same day I think a video for the Bat Fangs comes out. So
Yes.
and I think I'm putting 2 tracks in this podcast from the new Bat Fangs record, and it's going to be one of them for the
Yeah.
video. So,
I really dig it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, the sound is very nostalgic
Mm-hmm.
to me for some reason. And I can't quite put my finger on exactly the sound. I mean, Laura kind of talks about the sound a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of that, but it's also kind of, I don't know, kind of, you know, late 70s heart for me.
I was going to say
but
early 80s FM top 40
yeah,
rock.
but also it's got, I mean, that's, you know, I think this Cheap Trick comes up, you know, came up with Jason Narducci, but I don't know, Cheap Trick is just such a great like identifier. You know, it's
Yeah.
a solid sound that identifies like just
Yeah.
rock and pop and
Yeah.
just catchy, but kind of feel good type
Radio-
rock and roll.
early
type
80s
stuff.
radio friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have a hit on the radio and it wasn't you know, I don't know. Wasn't
Well,
insulting, I guess.
It kind of feels anthemic, but also intimate at the same way, if that makes any sense. Like,
No, I think
like
that's
this is
possible to do that,
music
yeah.
you could totally hear in a small club, but also hear in like your car in a stadium.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Cheap Trick is totally that, and I think Bat Fangs is totally that too.
Yep, I agree. They're
Yeah.
good. And we'll be hopefully going to see them at they have and you'll hear more about it in the podcast, so I might just shut up. But they'll have a CD release,
Yep.
LP, whatever they call it these days,
February. Yeah.
up in DC and down here in February.
Yeah. Check it out.
Hey, hey, tiger, if you want to find her, if you want to bring it back and beat the bad karma, be my little runaway, be the underdog, gonna
We're here with Laura King of Bat Fangs.
Hey guys.
Dun, 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 dun. How's it going?
It's good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Good.
Good. Can't really hear you when you're talking in your coffee cup.
That's okay.
We're having coffee. It's the morning.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
a cold North Carolina day.
Hey, it's casual.
Well, I was just saying I couldn't hear you when you said bat fangs.
Okay.
So
How about we just stop right now?
just want to make sure that people
and
know
we'll
that she's
go
from
back
Bat Fangs.
and do this. All right.
It's cool.
Sorry if I'm giving you shit.
It's all right. It's post Christmas, and I think that's really where it all starts coming out. You know, like it's just like you've been trying to keep the season cheer going, and now it's just time to get back to being real.
It's a crazy time of the year.
It is.
I'm ready for the next one.
Oh yeah, do you have any resolutions for 2018?
No, I don't do resolutions. I do goals.
That's what I do. I have like a to-do list in
Right.
2018, but they're more general, like, you know, eat less sugar, drink less liquor, exercise more, lift weights.
Yeah.
What's your goals?
Probably to do the ones that I didn't do this year. We'll start with those.
Okay.
But I did get a lot done this year, which is good. I want to work on airbrushing. I got a kit last year, and I never got into it because I moved, and just it's hard. It's very hard. I tried it once, and I was like, I don't know if I've got this in me. But I think
what
I
do you
do.
airbrush? Like,
Well, I want to do like when you go to the
Paintings
beach,
or
and you
shirts?
shirts and hats and stuff.
yes.
I could make some pretty cool
I think you
merch.
could
Yes.
do like
Yes.
a van side, you know, like those
Maybe.
those ones that look kind of like the Molly Hatchet cover with the dude with the helmet and the three moons in the back.
That would be cool, but I don't know if I have that talent yet. I have to practice. Like
It's all about the
anything.
technique, right?
Right.
About the
Work on
technique.
Yeah, so that's one of them.
That sounds fun.
No, I have to.
You started a running club,
I did.
the Misfit.
Well, Carbo Misfit
Carbo
Running
That's
Club.
Misfit
right.
Running
That's
Club.
right.
I've got to. That's another goal too, is to keep that going. It's really tough during the cold weather though, in the darkness. Like I'm more
Yeah.
of a morning runner, like running in the sun.
Uh-huh.
But people seem to be really into it, so I'm going. I'm
know,
going
you
to
gotta-
keep it up.
I saw it on the Facebooks
Yeah.
and saw you got a good crew.
Yeah, the first night, like 30 people came.
Wow.
I was a little overwhelmed. Not
That's
gonna lie, I
fun.
actually had to like stand there and tell everybody like where we're going, what we're doing. I thought it was gonna be like 10 people, and I put a map on Facebook. I was
30
like, all right,
people's
let's go.
a lot.
Did
Yeah.
you have a whistle too?
No whistle, but I did order a whistle the other day on Amazon just to get like I don't know. I needed.
I soccer coached for Jet one year, and Shannon got me a coach shirt. It was like a vintage distressed shirt, and I got myself a
what you
whistle. And now they're all like, "Are you gonna?" Jet's gonna be like, "You'll be my coach again." So I
Do
think
it.
you need that. Yeah.
Sports attire is really cool.
Well, once I get back in a little more
Advanced.
shape, and I don't completely embarrass myself, I'll have to try and jog.
Well, come to
and
my
get-
running club.
Right, the Misfits.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty,
Yeah.
laid back. We have some walkers, some
Yeah.
run walkers.
Okay. Good. I would be a run
Yeah.
walker.
We do like 2.5, 3 miles.
That's yeah. I
just
could
to
do that.
start. We don't want to like make anybody run 5 miles. I don't even know if I could run 5 miles in this cold weather
Yeah.
with the asthma.
I'll get like about 100 yards and start clutching my side.
Yeah.
Well, one thing you did this year, the Bat Fangs record.
Right?
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
I know. Check that off the list. We recorded that in January. So.
Oh, it's 1 year old, right? So 1
Well,
year old,
yeah, coming up on 1 year since we recorded it.
Yeah.
But
So-
it hasn't been birthed yet. So
Right. It's
it's
still in the
gestating.
uterus yet. So how did Bat Fangs come about anyway?
Well, so I was playing. Well, when I was in Flesh Wounds, we were Mac McConn's backup band when he put out his solo record, and we did some tours with him, and we ended up opening maybe 3 or 4 shows. I can't remember for X Hex, and I met
Right.
Betsy then, and her and I just kept in touch a little bit here and there, and then I guess it was 2016, middle of the year, like Flesh Wounds had broken up. She was kind of on a break with X Hex. They were just, doing their thing. And she emailed me and asked me if I wanted to play some drums with her. And I was like, yes. Because I'm a X Hex fan for sure. Hi, kitty. A cat just jumped on my lap, so everybody knows.
Mojo.
Sweet. Anyways, so we just made some plans to get together. I was going to go up there, but she didn't really have a practice space. So I was just like, why don't you come down to North Carolina? Because I had a spot where we could play. And I made plans with my friend Charles Chase to do some recordings because I thought this could be really cool. Let's just maybe go for it. And he was into it, and she came down and we worked on 2 songs for one day, and then the next day we recorded 2 songs. And they turned out to sound pretty cool. So she came down like the next month, which was like in October, and we did the same thing. We practiced for 2 days and then recorded for a day, and then it was Halloween, so we put out Wolfbite. We were like, hey, we're a band.
Cool.
We've got this new thing going.
All right.
And then I went up to DC in November around Thanksgiving, and we worked on some more songs. So we had a total of about 7 songs.
Wow. So
And,
quick.
and a couple more ideas. And then we were just like going for it. We were really excited. It was going well. It was coming, coming together pretty easily. So
Okay.
we just went with it. And then I have a friend in Dayton, Kentucky, who has a studio, Candyland Studio. And I was like, Betsy, let's go record a record, because he has like a 2-inch tape recorder. It's all
Ooh.
analog,
Yeah,
24
yeah.
track. And I played music with him in when I would sit in with that band R Ring, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so we were like, yeah, let's book studio time. So we booked it for January 2017.
Cool.
Originally, we booked like 5 days, 3 to record, 2 to mix, but we ended up just recording all 5 days. And then we went back in February, and we mixed, and we sat on it for a while. Then we got it remixed. We dumped it into the Pro Tools and did some digital stuff.
Oh, okay.
But just to have, a little, just to give a little more body, I guess. But I'm pretty happy with it.
Cool.
So your album release is February.
Yeah, the album comes out February 2nd, and we'll be having a record release party here in Carborough at the Cat's Cradle, and we're going to have one in DC at Comet Ping Pong
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
the next week, and then we're going to hit the road, do some touring.
Awesome.
'Cause you got Pipe opening right at the
Yeah,
Cradle.
man,
that'll
Ron
be fun.
Liberty,
Yeah.
going nuts. Those guys, love them.
Who's
yeah,
opening?
Pipe and Solar Halos.
Oh, okay. And who's
yeah.
going to be playing up in
DC?
DC? Do you know?
This band called Faunas and this band called Warm Suns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are they like local DCs?
I think so, yeah. I've seen Faunas before. They actually played our very first show that we ever played in D.C. They're a 2-piece, a duo, these 2 girls, and they rock. They're cool. They switch instruments. They play guitar and drums. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's actually
Nice.
really good. Check them out.
So
Faunas.
tell me about R Ring.
R-Ring? Well,
Yeah. That was with.
that was with Mike Montgomery of Ampline and Kelly Dio from
Yeah.
The Breeders. Yeah, I ended up meeting those guys when I was in Flesh Wounds, and we played some shows together, and we just like hit it off. We were hanging
Oh,
out.
no big deal, just Kelly D.
Yeah.
They're very cool. They're very
Yeah.
sweet people. So I don't know. I knew they had like a rotating drummer, and so I was like, how can I get in on this?
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to come hang out and play with you guys and record. So I did. I went to Dayton, Kentucky, and Ohio, and played with them for. I was there for like maybe 5 days, and we did some recordings just like out of nowhere, and then it gelled. It was really fun, and we did some tours together this year,
Oh, cool.
and that was cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. I love their record. If y'all haven't heard it, check it out. R Ring, Ignite the Rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
cool. I fortunately have one track on that record.
You're like, yeah,
Very
yeah.
cool.
The first track.
Yeah.
So that was, cool.
Well, what got you into drums? Drumming. Were you
Um,
always musical? Did you go have a musical family?
I didn't have a musical family. It's funny because I was just talking to my dad about this at Christmas. I was like, "What? How did I get into music? Because nobody really plays music in our family." And he, of course, was like, "I play music." I was like, "What the hell do you play? You have had a trumpet sitting in your closet since I've been a kid." But I don't know. I've always been obsessed with musical instruments. I think I had a neighbor when I was a kid who played the drums, and I was always just like, "This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want to play something."
okay.
And then I got into music. I just loved listening to records and tapes in my parents' basement. They had like a nice stereo, and they were really supportive. I guess I was kind of a hard kid to deal with so I've been told.
Oh,
so
yeah?
they were like, well, you've discovered music, so we were very supportive of it since that was your thing. And I was
mean,
like,
hard
cool.
kid to
I
deal
don't
with.
know. I was a weird kid.
Are you like an only child? Or
No,
you-
I have an older sister, but I don't know. I'm the black sheep of the family, so I just
Oh, okay,
I just never
so-
felt like I fit in. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
No, I
it was
relate to
weird.
that.
What does your dad do since he's not playing music?
Well, he's retired now, but he was a chief engineer on a big oil tanker.
Oh, okay.
So he was out of town most of my
Yeah.
life. You know, he was gone like 6 months out of the year.
He could have taken the trumpet with him. He could have practiced
He could
there.
have
Yeah,
practiced,
on the
yeah.
oil rig. Come on.
No,
I
that's
know.
hard work too. My uncle
Yeah.
worked on an oil rig for a while. Well, yeah, he was gone for like
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah,
Like
he was,
crazy.
my dad was gone 2 months on, 2 months off, 2 months on, 2 months off. So it was weird. It was weird, and
So are you
I
the
just got
younger
used to it.
sister?
I'm the baby, yeah.
You're the baby.
Of course.
So was your sister like the good sister, and so you had to sort of, that was your default setting was like...
she
the-
was good until she got pregnant when she was 16.
Oh!
But it ended up being a great thing. I have a
Okay.
lovely niece who's 27
Wow.
now, and you know I was 14 when she was born, so it changed the dynamic of our family a little
Yeah.
bit. But it kind of gave me the freedom to do what I want because everybody stopped caring about me. So I was like, "Peace, man! I'm moving out." When I was like 17, I left.
Wow.
I was
Okay.
playing music. I moved. That's when I moved down to Baltimore, where I'm originally from. And I was pretty fucked up for a while.
Ah.
But then I like kind of cleaned up my act and got it together.
Oh, I bet
Okay.
Baltimore was fun.
Baltimore was
Yeah.
We
What
played
I-
like those old
what I
clubs like
remember-
Memory Lane and
Yeah,
the Reptile
Memory Lane.
House and stuff like that.
I played the Rev, which was on Maryland Avenue, the American Revolutionary Tavern. But
Right.
everybody called it the Rev. My friend Paul Hutzler booked it, and he did some amazing shows for I think a year, maybe 2 years. I saw some really really good stuff there. And then Memory Lane, that was
Yeah.
a fun club.
Yeah.
And then there was like the Loft that this guy Jules ran, which was like this sketchy like
Down by
DIY
the-
space.
Oh, yeah, down by the harbor or something like
It
that.
was like in a really shitty neighborhood, and I remember carrying
Like the wire type stuff.
totally, yeah, boarded
Yeah.
up buildings. I mean, I remember carrying the equipment up the stairs, and you had to like skip a few stairs because there were none, and there was no heat, so it was fun, you know,
An adventure.
totally.
So, yeah, you came down, we were talking about this earlier, you came down here
Yeah,
to
nine-
play, yeah. Were you
Yeah.
now, did you come here down to, particularly to play with Gertie, or were you just like, I gotta get out of
No,
this
I
area?
came down to play music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that didn't work out, and then things just started popping up. I played with Grand National.
Well, that was
for-
what I was gonna ask. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool playing with Ed,
Yeah.
and then I
well,
did
Jenny.
and
yeah.
Jenny. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Duh. Sorry, Jenny. I love you, Jenny. You were great. She's an amazing bass player.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing you guys play
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, that was a really fun
Yeah.
band. We had some good times. We did one tour with Mike Watt, which was really cool, and yeah,
Cats.
Cats.
cats. Yeah, there's cats for all of you who can't see, which
Yeah.
is all of you listening.
They're
They're
making
running
noise.
around.
Cats and if you hear this weird sound in
Our
the background, it
neighbors
sounds like the leaf blowing
at the yard
crew
workers.
from there.
Yeah.
We found they've been blowing the leaves into our yard too. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. They were doing that at my house today too.
It's like, oh, a wonderfully quiet morning.
Blow it here on this border.
Right, right. So yeah,
So what happened? So what happened after Grand National? Because I moved back to DC and you're
Okay.
still down here. What were
yeah.
you doing?
Grand National happened, and then I did the Moners for a while.
Okay, that's right.
We put out 3 records. We had a couple on Yep Rock, and then one on this small label here called Holidays for Quince.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started Flesh Wounds, and that was fun. With me, Montgomery, and Dan Kinney.
Yeah.
And then we ended up, Dan left the band, and we got Jeff Schilling on bass. Originally, we were 2 guitars and drums. Mm-hmm. And the dynamic of that band changed. It sort of started as like a R&B throwback kind of garagey sounding band, and then it kind of slowly moved towards like hardcore
Yeah.
punk rock. Wow. It was fun. I think that's like the fastest drums I've ever played.
Were you a hardcore kid when you grew up? Did you listen to a lot of hardcore? Because you're obviously up there. You know.
I listened to a lot of everything.
Okay.
You know, I grew up in the suburbs, so I was always listening to like the typical like stuff that your friends in high school listen to, like the Grateful Dead and Steve Miller Band.
Yeah.
But I think like the first band that really influenced me as far as like really wanting to play music was the Bangles. Like I remember being like 10 years old and seeing this live concert on MTV, and I was just like, oh my God, look at them. They're doing it. That's what I
Yeah,
want
they're
to
playing
do.
instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was psyched, man. I started getting guitars and bass guitars.
Oh, okay.
And then my dad got me a drum kit.
Was that like? Is that like? That was your
11.
zone when you saw the drum kit? You're like, this is it, or were you
Well,
like, I
played-
could do this too?
I had a guitar and I never could figure it out. I was like, there's too many strings and I don't have enough fingers. I don't know how to do this. And then I got a bass and it weighed more than me, so I was like, I can't do this. It was like a PVT 40.
Oh, wow.
It's like a tree, and I was like this skinny little fourth grader. Like, I couldn't play it. I played it a little bit. I ended up selling it, and then he got a drum kit and got me a drum kit, and I set it up in the basement, and it just came naturally. I was like, this is cool.
And you said you were 11?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
that's
I was
so
11.
young.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
yeah. It was fun.
Well, so the other thing that I thought was cool is I saw you at the station, I guess, a couple months ago with Tommy.
Oh yeah, okay. Tom Simpson.
Yeah, and you were like, you had this kit that you guys, it was a 2 drumming event, but you had a kit that was like it shared the kick.
Right.
Did you build that?
Yeah, I did. Well, Tom and I have played together one other time. In 2014 we played at Hopscotch with this big drum ensemble called Four. And then so after that we talked about always doing something again together.
All right.
And so Charles Chase was doing this residency at the station
Right.
and asked if I would do something, and I was like, what the hell am I going to do on drums by myself? So I thought of Tom, and I see him around town a lot, so I asked him if he wanted to do something. I was like, look, I'm just going to slap another head on the other side of the kick drum head, and we're just going to like just play together. So we just did it, and we just went for it, basically. We did practice twice, and the first time we practiced, it just went really well. We didn't even need to practice again, but we just did it for the fun of it. So it's basically, it's one kick drum, and then it's like we just mirror each other. You know, we each have a tom, a floor tom, and then there's 2 cymbals, and we each have a hi-hat. So,
And you're called Speed
and it's
Stick.
all improv.
Right.
Speed stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't sue us. Deodorant company.
Yeah.
Give us deodorant. Well,
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
I wouldn't use that deodorant. I use just natural deodorant.
Right.
But we ended up we were just playing and we were sweating, and I was like, what could we call this? And it just came to me. I was like, Speed Stick.
I think
Yeah.
didn't you guys have matching like sweatbands?
Yeah.
I get us matching sweatbands. And we've even started to dress the same now. I didn't think we would continue to do this group, but it was so much fun that we've done it, and people kept asking us to open, so we were like, okay. Let's
Yeah,
keep
it looked
up.
like you guys were enjoying yourselves.
It's
so
so
you know.
fun. It's fun. We always hug at the end. It's really sweet. He's an amazing drummer too. He's one of my favorite drummers in town. Talk about a great drummer. He's
So what bands
fantastic.
has he been in?
I just know him from playing in The Love Language.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
And he does pour some mean coffee because he works over at
Looking Glass.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Whenever I go, yeah, he's
Right,
always
that dude. Yeah.
He's just
okay.
a solid
Oh,
he's
drummer.
a straight up dude, man.
He's awesome. I love him. I love that dude. Tommy Two Straws.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I know him.
Yeah.
So when it was like Laura King and Tommy Thompson, I was like, who the hell is this?
Who the hell is Two Straws?
No, I know who that is.
Oh,
but
oh,
yeah,
I see. I thought
no,
you were
his actual last name. I was
Simpson.
like, right, exactly. I was like,
I think that's his last name. No, it is. It is. It's gonna
he's like,
be.
he's
Any
like,
doubt, yeah.
he's like a man of mystery. No one knows his real name. So, I know you got Billy playing bass with you, so that's pretty awesome.
Well, we have a rotating bass player
Oh, okay.
in Bat Fangs. We decided when we first started playing, since we don't live in the same town,
Right.
and it's easier just for the 2 of us to work on songs.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of get like different bass players for different gigs.
Okay.
Billy's we did a little tour in June, and he went on the road with us, and that was awesome. And then he's going to be playing the record release show here in North Carolina. But we've got this other guy, Aaron Deal, who plays in this metal band, Darkest Hour.
Okay, yeah.
He's going to do some stuff with us. In March, we're going to South by Southwest, and he's going to be doing that tour. And then for this tour we're doing in February, we're going to the West Coast. We're opening for Superchunk.
Wow.
We've got Mike Montgomery from R Ring.
Oh,
He's
cool.
going to play bass with us.
Nice.
Yeah, man, just bring them all in.
Nah,
And
yeah.
those 3 guys. They were our dudes.
So how did it happen that you managed to put the record out on Don Giovanni anyway?
You know, I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
So I think what happened was we went on our little tour, and Betsy and I pressed a 7-inch with Wes Wolf, Tangible Formats. We made like a limited 100 pressing, and we were like, let's just go on the road and see if we can sell these. And you know, we had some other T-shirts and stuff too. And we went up to New York. Where did we play? We played Baltimore, New York, D.C. I can't remember. We did like 5 dates. So it was a quick run. But I guess there were some people in New York that came that worked for publishing companies. And from what I've heard, the story goes is that the owner of Don Giovanni maybe got 2 emails in the same week saying you should put out this band's record. Huh. And so it happened. And I'm pretty happy about it.
Well, that worked out real nice.
Like, when the hell does that happen? But I've only been playing for like 30 years now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Guess you just gotta, keep on keeping on if you're really passionate about something.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. I tell you
Absolutely.
that. Well, what other besides X-Hex? What other bands has Betsy been in?
She played in a band called I hope I get this right, the Fire Tapes and the Child Ballads. And I think the Child Ballads was with this guy from Jonathan Fire Eater. This guy named
That
Steve.
sounds kind of familiar. Yeah.
I've heard it. It's good. It sounds really good. That record. Yeah, that's the only other bands that I know that she's played. I know she's been playing her whole life. She's really talented. I think she started on piano.
Wow.
She's great. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, I love her in X-Hex.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
She kills it.
She does. I saw them at one of those Merge shows, like it was outdoors, super
Oh, it was probably
hot.
the 25th anniversary
Yeah,
show.
yeah, it was super hot.
saw that too.
She had this great jumpsuit on, jean jumpsuit, and it's hot as Hades, and it's just like, wow, I just.
That's
She's
right. 'Cause
cool.
I think that you went there. You thought you were going to melt into the
Oh
pavement.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was at that
'Cause you
show,
were
I
on the
remember it. It
pavement,
was very
and
hot.
just so hot. Yeah, there was no cover. You just had to.
So yeah, the record sounds. It's like it's really some big rock, man.
Yeah.
Big rock.
Yeah.
It kind
Some
of
shreddery on there.
But it also has I don't know, it kind of, the sound kind of takes me back to the 80s a little bit.
Like some hair metal?
Yeah,
I think
totally.
Yeah.
We were really listening to a lot of hair metal at the time
Well,
of the recording.
And the cover is total
like that? Thanks.
it was like,
Yeah, we did that.
Winger.
Not Winger, no.
No.
Poison.
But no,
There you
the
go.
font, the font of that,
Yeah.
it's like, it is
Yeah.
some serious metal.
We did that artwork ourselves. It took us a very long time. She was down here for Hopscotch and stayed for like a week, and we worked on it. She drew out the letters, and then I threw it into Photoshop and put it together. With
Wow.
Yeah, we did everything for this
love it.
record. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
The artwork and everything.
So what was it about that you guys trying to shoot for the art anyway? I mean, was it?
I think we were going for that throwback 80s metal kind of look.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
you succeeded.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
think
got
it's
some you
great.
got some riffage on that record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
good.
she's a serious shredder.
Yeah, oh, we saw
know.
we
No,
saw
we
y'all
saw
at
you guys at
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch.
Oh,
Y'all
okay.
were fantastic.
Well, when she first asked me to play, I was like, how's this going to work out? She plays bass. I didn't even know she played guitar. And then she sent me a few demos, and I was like, holy shit, you fucking shred.
Oh, yeah.
I was
yeah.
like, this is so cool. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It was so cool at Hopscotch because I remember seeing these little girls right up front,
Oh,
and
that's
they were
cute.
just like,
Was that at
eat-
Slim's?
yeah,
Yeah.
and they were
Yeah,
just
that's right.
eating y'all up. I mean, it was just it was beautiful to watch. Like girl power.
Thank you.
And, it was just like
Yeah, I remember
kind
those
of
kids.
inspiring young girls' dreams. Just like the Bengals did for you,
I know.
right?
Oh,
Yeah, how's that must be nice to feel like was that one of the big reasons that Bengals were such an inspiration because it was women playing instruments and it wasn't like dudes?
maybe it was. I don't know. I was just really, maybe it was because they were women, and I didn't really know at the time that women could do stuff like that. I mean, of course I knew that women could play music, but
You just didn't see a lot.
you
of
didn't see a lot of
women.
it. And they were it was like a rock concert, and
Yeah.
I was like, I want to play a
Well, and
concert.
before, I mean, you see women singing, right?
Right.
But you don't really see that many women playing
Yeah.
instruments. You know,
True.
growing up, I mean, I didn't see many. It was like Joan Jett, and you got the Bangles, and
I
Yeah.
love Joan Jett too.
you know, I mean, really, when there
Well,
weren't
it's-
a whole lot of
And then the
women.
thing was, if it was the Bangles or the Runaways or something, the part of the package then became, oh, they're women and they play instruments, like it was a novel, you know.
Well, I remember also people would be like, oh, well, they aren't really playing the instruments.
Oh,
They
man.
have other people
That's some
playing.
fucked up shit.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, you know, it's like I remember seeing like Jimmy and the Teasers and hanging out
yeah.
with dudes, and the dudes would be like, "Oh, those girls really aren't playing guitar," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" Yes, they are. You know, they are beautiful
The
and they
people-
rock.
Yeah.
Get over
Yeah,
yourself.
they were a great band. They were really fun.
They were jealous. You know, it was like, "Oh, they can play guitar better than you."
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Anyone can play an instrument. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, speaking of instruments, I've always loved your red, white, and blue drum kit.
Yeah, I love that kit.
Tell me about that.
It's a 76 Ludwig Vistalite drum kit.
76.
Yeah.
Do you call it Spirit of 76?
We call it whatever. We can call it whatever you want to call it.
Is that why it's the red, white, and blue, though, you think, because it's
Yeah,
76?
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah. Well, they had different colors they would put out, but I think
Okay.
that's the one that they put out in 76. I don't really know for sure, to be honest, but it's red, white, and blue.
It's a sweet kit.
It's very sweet.
Translucent, Yeah.
It sounds great. I
Yeah.
always record with that kit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love Ludwig Vistalites. Like, that's my thing. I have 3 sets of them. I have a clear kit, the red, white, and blue, and an amber one.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'm going to start playing the amber one with bat fangs. But yeah, those, I don't know, those suit me. They have a really good tone to them on the toms, and just works for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What do you, yeah, so are you like a serious drum nerd about your drum sound, like when it comes to this? Like, I need to really tweak this so it's right in the pocket.
Yeah,
and-
sometimes.
Yeah.
I've gotten more into that, really tuning them up right and getting good tones and specific sounds from them. I'm still working on like a snare sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For a while there, I was really tightening up my snare so that it was really cracking, but on this recording with bat fangs, and I'm starting to loosen it up a little bit. I kind of
Okay.
like that flatter sound.
Uh-huh.
Like that 70s
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of dry
yeah.
smack.
Just like a warmer, like fatter. I don't know. Yeah, just not with not the
You're
crack
searching
as much.
for it. You're
yeah,
searching
I'm
for
still
the
searching.
sound. Huh? Yeah.
I think I need to buy some different snares or try some different ones out.
So are you like, it's like your house just full of like just various bits of drum gear that you're constantly like tweaking, you know?
Yeah,
like, I'm
it
having
is.
some coffee and I'm hitting the snare. No, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
if I turn a little, yeah.
Yeah, I bought like this industrial shelf for my spare bedroom, which I've loaded up with all my kits. Well, most of them. They all don't fit on there. But yeah, I have a lot of drums and I mess around with them, you know.
So when are you writing the songs with Betsy, or is she sending you like the demos and then you go, oh, I think I can think of a sick drum part for this, or
We've done a little bit of both. Like
Okay.
she'll send me demos of some stuff that are, you know, pretty much complete songs, and then we'll get together and we might tweak them a little bit or arrange them differently. And then sometimes we'll just get together and we'll jam and we'll have songs come out of those. So yeah, we just work like that. Just yeah.
have you gotten over your fear of the guitar and everything? Of,
What do you
like,
mean? I don't have a fear of the guitar.
You know, the whole, there's so many strings on this thing.
Oh,
Well, that was when she was in 4th grade.
yeah.
Phil.
No, I'm not afraid of the guitar. I actually own a couple guitars and I play a little guitar.
So
But,
you,
yeah.
you guys just like, oh yeah, man. No, this C chord sucks. Let's do a C7.
I don't do any of that shit. I don't know anything about the notes on the guitar. I just know the sounds.
Right.
What I
That
like to
sounds
hear.
good.
Yeah.
So what else are you into these days? Like, what are you listening to? Because I know you work at All Day Records.
Me too. What am I listening
What
to?
are you listening to?
God, I've been obsessed with like over the last year. I've been obsessed with like hair metal. It's coming back into my life.
So
But
is there new hair
No,
metal, or do
there's
you just go
not.
back to the
I'm just
old
going
stuff
back.
and you're like, oh, I didn't like finding deep cuts, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, this wasn't played on the radio.
yeah, well, this year, so I've been listening to some hair metal. I've been listening to a lot of Rocky Erickson.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh my God,
recent-
that show was amazing.
Oh, it was so good. Oh yeah, didn't it?
Yeah,
was it
we
you
were
there?
standing
Yeah.
right with
Yeah, that was a
amazing.
great show. I'm really glad that
Yeah.
I got to see that show. I don't know. I've been getting into hip hop too. I'm trying to like just branch out and listen to things
Yeah.
that I haven't listened to over the years that I should have listened to. Trying to find some inspiration.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like so many years of playing rock, you start going, I will listen to anything else
Yeah.
but rock, you know, because that's what I do. I play
Right.
rock, you know.
Totally.
So, what was your favorite hair band?
My
did you have
growing up or
Yeah,
now?
growing up.
Oh, my favorite hair metal band growing up. I liked Guns N' Roses and I like Poison.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that probably those. two.
Cinderella. I like
Yeah,
Cinderella.
Cinderella's okay.
I was totally into Skid Row.
Oh yeah, man. Sebastian Bach.
Yeah.
I remember you.
Did you ever
Yeah.
go down to Jack's in
16
Springfield
in life,
to
you
see
know it, right?
to see the hair, because that was like the hair metal band circuit. in
Wait,
the
Hammerjacks?
No, Jack's.
Oh, I
in
don't know
Springfield, Virginia.
No, I never heard of
Yeah.
that one. I did go to Hammerjacks
Oh, yeah.
in Baltimore,
Oh.
but I didn't see a hair metal band there. I saw Dinosaur Jr. when I was like 16.
Oh, there's some hair there.
Well, he had some
had
hair,
a lot of hair.
but it wasn't hair metal.
Well, Jack's.
It was loud as fuck.
yeah.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he
I
can
was like,
get
these
loud.
baby fresh ears
Oh,
are
yeah.
burning up.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna bleed.
Jack's was like, it was like JAXX.
So was Hammerjacks.
Yeah,
And maybe
yeah.
they were like, maybe it was his little brother. Or
But it
something.
was like at a strip mall in Springfield.
Oh, geez.
And it was like where like in the '90s you'd see like Yngwie Malmsteen,
wow.
or Quiet Riot or those guys.
Damn.
And I remember playing. It was one of those deals where they were kind of sleazy and you had to have the tickets. You sell 50 tickets. And you get $50, but if you don't sell any tickets, you don't get any money, kind of deal.
Oh, that sucks. Like a
And-
pay to play.
Yeah. And Brian Horowitz from New Bang was on the bill with us, and we rolled up to the venue, and you see it had like a big marquee, like it's a big deal, and it says next week Dokken. And they had misspelled Dokken. It was Dockin, and I was like, "Oh shit, we were in so much trouble."
No, it's two
Dokken.
K's, right? And an
It's
E.
Dokken, man.
I just
Sounds
remember
more
them.
more like a
Beach band or something.
beach like a Buffett band.
Pull up your boat. Right?
You need to do a video. I mean,
can do-
growing
yeah.
up with the hair metal bands, I mean, I'd always watch
Dude,
them
we have
on
a video
MTV.
coming
Oh,
out.
yeah,
Oh, do
you
you?
do?
Yeah, there's
Oh, that's sweet.
Can you tell us what the concept is?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so the video will it's being premiered, I think, in a week or like January 8th or 9th.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's a week.
Yeah, we had this idea where we wanted to kind of like reenact the Rocky theme.
Uh-huh.
But it didn't quite turn out like that, but we kind of let the guy doing it. We did it, we filmed it in Baltimore, and we just let them kind of take over. But I'll just tell you that there's some boxing involved.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Some
Are
cool,
there
some
like
cars.
sweatbands involved?
There's no sweatbands.
No sweatbands.
There's some cool outfit changes.
Uh-huh.
Some smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Pyro. Got some pyro?
No pyro.
No pyro? That's for the stage show, right? Yeah,
Right.
those big, like, the big Kiss God of Thunder.
Oh my God, I wish. We did buy a fog machine though. I'm really stoked about that.
Are you using that
Is that going to be part of your show?
the album release?
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna think of some other cool shit to do.
Oh, yeah.
I think you need the boxing robes then.
Well, we got them.
Oh,
We
snap.
did. Yeah, Betsy and I, we ordered them like a while ago without even realizing we were going to do this boxing video. But I don't know, we were really into like sports attire and we saw these cool boxing jackets and mine says King on the back, of course. And hers
course.
just says Bets. But they're awesome. They're
love that.
very cool. The big giant hoods.
Well, you always have the nice sporting type kicks,
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Your shoes.
I know.
Your shoes are always
I'm
tight.
kind of addicted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So is Nike your brand
No,
or
I'm more,
Puma?
I'm more
or
of Adidas.
Adidas.
But I
yeah.
did just buy these Nikes because
They're sweet.
I don't know. I saw them.
So do you have like the shoe rack of all your kicks, kind of lined up, but you keep them immaculate and everything?
I do keep them immaculate. I do like clean them, especially the white ones. Gotta keep them fresh and crisp.
They can't have
I keep
like
them in their
scuffs on
boxes.
them.
You keep them in your body. Oh man.
Yeah, I know my closet's full of shoe boxes.
So like, do you get up in the morning and you have to agonize over which what kind of mood am I in today? Am I in a
Yeah, I
Nike
bet
or
you
a
feel
Adidas?
it. I bet they
Yeah.
pull to you, like they speak to you.
I just kind of go with it.
Yeah.
You know, just depends on how I'm feeling. Depends
yeah.
on what I'm wearing. You know, if I'm wearing like an Adidas jacket, I
Oh,
might
yeah.
wear
You gotta-
Adidas.
you
I
gotta
don't like to
match that
mix
up.
my brands. I was gonna wear my Adidas track jacket today, but I'm wearing Nike's shoes, so I was like, I can't do that.
Oh, okay. So does the shoe take precedent in the outfit then? You're
Yes.
like, okay, the shoe controls it.
Exactly.
Right? It's
Start from
the
the bottom,
filter.
move up to the top. I'm a real dork though, for real. But I do love fashion. I love sports shoes.
Yeah, so see, you're really tapping into the whole hip hop culture with the
Yeah.
sports fashion.
Totally.
So
Have
what-
you seen the Bat Fangs like promo pictures? They're pretty funny.
No.
I'll have to
think
put
I
some up
have.
then. On
They're
this
pretty
thing.
funny.
Well, so what's funny about them? What do you?
Well, I mean, we just have like all Adidas attire on.
oh, okay. So you should have like
Not
be
all
doing
Adidas,
be
but
doing
some.
my Adidas at some point, right? You need to do the right
Yeah,
things
the
version
Run
of my
DMC.
Adidas. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's speaking of hip hop? Because I'm
Oh
kind of
yeah, no, I've seen some of these because when the pose. Yeah, I remember seeing.
We're saying to hip hop though. I was going to ask you,
Right.
what's your hip hop?
I've just kind of been listening to some LL Cool J and some Beastie Boys.
Oh, okay.
And Tribe Called Quest, Jay-Z. Just
Yeah.
kind of like just diving into different things. Yeah.
I saw the Indie put out their top 20 local release.
Oh, they did?
And Reese made it.
Yeah,
So shout out to Reese. Yay!
She's great.
But Pat Jr., he's a local guy. He's hip hop.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna try and see if we can reach out to him and have him on there. But Rhapsody,
No, I don't know.
she's local. Well, she was local. She's
Oh,
huge. Now, she's got a Grammy
Really?
nomination.
Who did she sing with? She sang with
Anderson
somebody.
.Paak.
That's right. At
Oh, I
Hopscotch.
like that Malibu record. That's a good record.
Yeah, so she's got one, a couple out that I'm trying to check out now.
Cool.
Yeah, and Zenso Fly. You checked out Zenso Fly? Yeah, that's something. It's like old school, kind of
cool.
like the backtracks are like kind of got that. It's almost like that kind of electronica New York kind of a early hip hop. Almost like with I don't know like Tom Tom Club kind of those keyboards, Casio keyboard stuff. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
That's nice. Yeah.
And they're local, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Zensofly did like a residency at the Cave,
Yeah.
like
Zen so fly.
Yeah.
a couple of months ago
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah. She's great.
that. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, well, what else? Well, what you doing for the rest of the year?
We're working.
Working.
Yeah, I'm working like every
God,
night.
you sound like you're gonna have a fun, busy 2018. I mean, between the band and
Yeah.
touring and
Definitely. I've been
more
playing-
videos. That's my request.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
more videos.
yeah, we've got some ideas we're working on. I also just recorded a record with this other band I play with called Cold Cream. I play bass in that band,
Yes.
Oh, neat.
and that's like
And that's
a,
with Ron and
Ron,
who else?
Clark Bloomquist and
That's
Montgomery.
right.
Oh, okay.
Montgomery Morris from Flesh Wounds.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's really fun. We just recorded out at the Fidelatorium with Missy Thangs.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
she's great.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I know every time y'all play, I try to go, and it's like something comes up. A kid is sick or something happens.
Well, we've got some stuff coming up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get out, especially now that we moved closer to
Yeah.
town.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
can lift it.
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, lift.
Yeah,
the Y.
I can
Yeah,
lift.
yeah, we'll live with the Y.
'Cause we
Why
used to- we
drive?
used to live in Mebane.
Lift.
And it was just like that was couldn't do anything, and also it was just getting the motivation to leave the house.
It does
or
get
like
harder.
a
It's-
40-minute drive.
She's better at it than I am. I'm more of the, you got to really push hard to get me in the car. Once I'm in the car, then I'm going to complain about the drive. But once I'm there, I'm like,
I just lure him with the promise of maybe dessert, even though he says he doesn't have a sweet tooth.
that's maybe just a little
I don't
bit.
have a sweet tooth.
I have a sweet tooth.
Oh, yeah.
This is intense.
An intense sweet tooth?
Oh yeah, like
Well,
chocolate is a heavy part of my diet.
Oh, you should give her one of those chocolate your waffle
Oh, stroopwafels?
stroopwafels.
Whoa,
You like stroopwafels?
I don't know.
Oh
Sounds
my
like I will.
God. Oh, Phil's
like-
addicted.
It's got chocolate on
I
it?
think
No,
he
well,
went
not this
to-
one, but I'll give you the
I think he went to like
Oh,
one
yeah.
Christmas. You went to like 4 stores.
So they're Dutch, right?
Okay.
So when I lived up in D.C., I worked at the State Department, and I worked for this international litigation section, and it came back because like the World Court is in The Hague in Netherlands, so they came back with the actual by God, local brand, local sourced artisanal, stroopwafels, and I was like, man, all right, I'll have one. Oh shit, all right, I'm trying to be polite, I'll have another couple.
And then he
it's like-
started seeing color.
Right, so
Yeah.
so
Good stuff, huh?
You know how like sometimes you don't forget, but it just never occurs to you. I can have that stuff again, and I was like, it was one Christmas a couple years ago, I
He was
guess.
determined. He's
And
like,
I
I'm
was
gonna
like-
get some of these.
Suddenly,
He had a craving.
you can't stop thinking about it.
He went to like 2 Weaver Streets, the one in Hillsborough, the one in Carborough. You went to
The
World Market.
Yeah, I had to go to the World
Damn.
Market to find that.
And
I got
It's like
do
you have an
you
addiction.
know where there were stroopwafels? Like
Food
literally 3.
Better.
No, this is better. 3 miles away from our house at this truck stop,
Oh, no way.
they had
yeah, the Buckhorn Road.
Oh, yeah.
Truck stop.
Where the iron skillet is?
Yes.
Yes.
That
had
gas
them there.
station sells stroopwafels,
Yes.
individually packaged
Individual.
stroopwafels.
That's random.
I know. It was.
Well, they're becoming more of a thing because the Sheets up the corner has it too. So yeah.
I'm
So
glad you found your local.
I was
Stroopwafel.
really seriously. I went to Google Hub in Durham. I went to like Foster's.
have
I
Damn,
went-
he's been on the search.
I was like, I'll be back. I don't know when, and I was like, I'll be back.
He kept
And-
calling. They're not here.
All I could
I'm gonna
find was
try-
like the little the ones that are these like almost like they're like the potato chip versions, and I was like, that's not the real thing.
Yeah, the thing is, the cool thing about them are they are about as big as your coffee cup.
So you put 'em-
So when you have a hot tea or hot coffee, they're filled with like caramel, so they melt
Syrup
a little
infused,
bit.
Oh, my
basically.
God.
So they get all soft.
That sounds delicious.
Well, we're gonna do that then. All right. Well, we're gonna have stroopwafels. The
I
rest
don't know.
of you,
I don't want to take your. What is it
Oh,
called?
oh,
He's got plenty.
Stroopwafels.
You can get them at the Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They sell them. I think they sell them at the Lowe's now too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so her
They're
folks bought me some, right? And I
For Christmas.
what was it, Thanksgiving? They said, "Look, we got
Thanksgiving.
these." I said, "Oh, great."
Okay,
Well, I was in such a hurry to leave, and we were trying to get out of the house. I left them behind. They ate all of them.
What?
Yeah,
Banging on the.
they ate them all. No, they said they visited, and they said, "Here's some to replace the ones that we ate." And I said, "They're good,
It's
aren't they?"
okay. They
Yeah.
can eat them
Yeah.
because they can replace them.
Exactly.
There's
All right,
more
we're
stroopwafels.
gonna say adios and have
Thank you for
stroopwafels.
coming
Thank you
by.
guys.
Let's
Thanks
get a
for
chat
having
with
me.
you.
Yeah,
And
nice
it-
chatting with you.
And local people go see Bat Things with Hype
Oh, nice.
at the Cradle, right?
At the Cat's Cradle Backroom, February 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Saturday night.
With-
No
yeah.
excuses.
Oh, no, it's on my calendar.
So do you have
Yes.
shirts with the logo?
They're being made right now.
Oh,
we will have
awesome.
a lot of merch. We'll have hopefully. Well, yeah, we'll have the record, some CDs, some T-shirts,
Awesome.
some
Very cool.
buttons,
Oh yeah.
some patches. You know,
Cool
stuff.
Stuff.
I think
Yeah.
Mojo's nursing on you.
Be careful.
I think is it a he?
Yeah, well, it was a
Smelling
he.
my
It's-
wrist. Maybe it's because I have a cat. I have 2 cats. I don't know. He's probably gonna do that thing where they open their mouth and like breathe weird. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And on that
They
note,
pick up the.
You're sweet.
scent. Well,
thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy,
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year, everybody. Keep your goals. No resolutions, just goals.
Goals.
Right.
All right, on.
Today's
Adios.
Peace, man.